Oh, hey, Nick.
Hey, Tys. How you going?
I'm good, man. Welcome to episode 107 of Nick,
107.
Tys and Videotape.
Tys, are you comfortable?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Right,
Do I look
sure?
a bit uncomfortable?
You look a bit uncomfortable.
No, I'm lounging out.
That's a nice new couch.
Yeah,
there,
thanks,
Tyson.
man.
Yeah, man.
It's large. It's very comfortable.
It looks large.
And it's already covered in paw prints.
Yeah, man, because you got a puppy.
And that's it.
Hey, everyone.
Welcome to the
Sorry.
show.
Yeah.
We've got a very exciting episode planned.
We do.
We're doing, well, it's by request, Nicholas. It's back.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that. I thought, oh, no, I did know that. Yes, someone asked us, someone requested us to look at Top Gun.
They did. I have the email just here.
Oh, yeah?
Fan of the show and supporter. We're very grateful for his correspondence. Ashley Weidner has written to us. The email says, do Top Gun, please. So we thank you for the time that was taken.
That's literally... and ladies and gentlemen, that's all you need to do.
That's all you need.
And we will do it.
And we do have a few requests on the back burner, and they will be coming soon.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll be attacking all those in due time. But after our discussion of Maverick last week, the trailer for Maverick, we thought the time was ripe.
Perfect. It wasn't last week. It was the week after.
Was it really?
Yeah, we took a week off.
because we took a week off. Yes, so I was pretty unwell. You might have heard from the show last week.
That's true.
I was struggling a little bit.
We got him back, though.
Yeah, that's it. I'm back with a vengeance. And we're doing Top Gun, 1986's...
Top Gun.
86?
86.
1986's Top Gun, directed by Tony Scott.
Nice.
The great man, R.I.P.
80s action. Like, we'll get to it. But I watched this thing a lot. A lot.
Yeah.
Did you watch it a lot?
No.
Oh, that's right. You haven't seen it.
No.
Oh, that's right.
So
I keep going.
look
Oh,
at, you know,
Tys, that's right. Tys, have you seen Top Gun? You know what I haven't.
To get to the meat of it, there was barely a scene that I had not seen at some point before.
Right.
When I was watching it, I was like, oh, there's this bit. Oh, that's this bit. Yeah, cool. Seeing it in order was a different experience, of course.
How was that for you?
Yeah, we'll get to it.
We'll get to that.
But before we do any of that, Nicholas, why don't you tell the people where they can find our show?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining our podcast. We know that you have a vast variety of movie podcasts to choose from, and the fact that you have chosen ours, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
It means a lot to us. It really does.
It does, absolutely. But thank you. So if you do like what you hear, and if you have lasted 107 episodes, and you haven't written a review, well, you know.
Matt, now's the time.
Now's the time.
What's stopping you?
Chuck it down.
That's it.
Yeah, it takes 2 seconds.
Whack some stars up on that iTunes or Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts, yeah.
Write us a little review. Every little bit helps. We get seen by more people.
Thumbs up, share, or even just tell your friends that, this is what I listen to. And that would be great.
We'd love you forever.
We're all over the socials, which is Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of that. YouTube, we're on that as well. And we do have an email, which is nick@tysonvideotape@gmail.com.
That's
I spell
it.
Nick, N-I-C, and Tys is 2-A-S.
And don't forget, if you want, little kind of sneak peeks on what movies we're going to be doing, you can follow us on Letterboxd.
Letterboxd.
The social media app for movie lovers. I sound like I'm spruiking the company.
We should write to them.
Yeah, hey, give us some money.
Give us some cash. we But yes, to follow Tys is Tys_videotape, and Nick me.
Yeah, Nick me.
Am NIC_videotape.
That's it. And that way it's a pretty much a dead giveaway what movie we're going to be doing if you see the two of us.
That's true.
Rate the film within about a week.
Unless, I have some time off or Tys is on school holidays, then it's a bit of a free-for-all.
Then you don't know. It could just be by a coincidence that we watched the same movie.
Exactly.
But no. Recently, you'll be able to tell. Nick, shall we start the show as we always do?
Oh, yeah. Let's let's talk some trailers.
All right.
Everybody's talking
trailers. Okay. Tyson.
We got a few to talk about today.
We do.
And even a few that we're not going to talk about. That's how many there were.
That's true.
Because they're not all great.
And that's fine.
And they're not all worth talking about. But there are a few that definitely are worth talking about.
That's true. What would you like to start off with, Tys?
Can we start
Where do you want to start?
Let's start with Zombieland 2.
Nice pick.
Oh, God. Hey, Possum Ace.
Sorry, just you in that chair.
I think I would have made a damn fine president.
You would have brought a real dignity to the office.
You're welcome, America.
Welcome to Zombieland. Life is about more than just survival. We were a family. Dysfunctional, sure, but what family isn't?
Merry Christmas! What would you like, little girl?
I'd really like for you to stop calling me little girl.
Do you know what I would like?
I don't give a shit what you...
It felt so good to be on the move again.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Hi, I'm Columbus.
Madison.
This is Tallahassee.
Hey, Paul Blart. Is this your dad? Oh, whoopsie.
I forgot the seatbelt rule.
Oh, so she knows the rules?
I told her just a few of them.
73. Are there more?
You're cute. I like it. My sister is gone. She picked up a boy. He's from Berkeley.
Berkeley.
You don't have weed, do you?
Do I look like the type of person that would have weed?
I'm sorry.
Boom. Yeah.
I have nothing against
Hippies, I just want to beat the shit out of them. We're gonna go get her. We ride it, darling.
Start talking.
You first. Oh, my name's Tallahassee. Die, zombie! Light him up! No! That's my ride! Oh, my apologies, little Elvis.
Okay, is it me, or does he kind of remind you of...
I don't like you. At all.
I think you double parked. Or more perpendicular parked. Hope we don't get a ticket.
What is going on here?
What?
Hello, everyone.
Am I hallucinating?
All right, they're back, Nick. They're back.
It took them a while, and to be honest, have they missed the train, Tyson?
We did discuss this. I think this is how we felt initially.
Yeah? Because I know that a TV show came out.
They
Which
tried to make a TV show. Yeah, the pilot was not picked up.
No, of course not.
And now they're back. Ruben Fleischer. I
Yeah.
want to say. I'm not sure that's how you say his name, but
Yeah,
fresh off the success that was Venom. I think it made a lot of money, but I would say
Look, it made a lot of money.
probably about it. Who has has had a mixed bag as a director and like a mixed career.
Sure.
I'd say more misses than hits, especially critically.
Sure.
Pretty much since Zombieland, I don't think he's had a film that has been reviewed favourably.
I liked Gangster Squad.
We've talked about this. I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Even like knowing that it wasn't what it could have been.
They wanted, what he wanted anyway.
Yeah. But I still had a good time with it. And then there's 30 seconds or less. Is that what it's called? 30 minutes or less, which I did not enjoy.
I'm not going to watch that. I'm gonna. Well, this is the thing. I avoid. What's his name? So
Jesse Eisenberg.
I avoid.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. Do you have those actors that you avoid? Like there's actors you go to see.
Off the top of my head, no.
No.
There's none that I actively dislike, as far as I know. But when I see them on screen, I know the feeling. So, but it doesn't come to me right now. But yes, I'm sure there are
You're
some.
like, oh god.
Here we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Strap in.
Let's see some award-winning acting. Let's see it.
But they might even be good actors. Sometimes they just rub me the wrong way.
That's the thing. Yes, exactly. You'll
never know until you see their face on screen, and you have that ickiness.
Because there's movies because he plays bit parts. I've never seeked out anything that starred him in it.
Sure, and then he pops up in a supporting role, and you're
exactly.
like, "Fuck!"
And I'm like, "Oh god,
get off my screen!"
And all the other actors are doing their best, but whatever.
Well, he's back. The whole team's back.
The whole team is back.
Abigail Breslin is now like an adult.
Exactly.
Which is weird.
Yep.
Because I feel like she kind of... I don't know if she has had a super successful career since being quite a well-received child actress.
That's true.
She's kind of fallen off the radar a little bit, so it's
She's
good to see her back.
Things, though.
Yeah, but I don't think anything... There was
nothing massive.
A horror
Nothing
movie
that's gonna...
called The Final Girl or something, not to be confused with The Final Girls, which was...
That's true. It is called The Final Girl.
Which was a much better movie.
She played a bit part in one of my... it's one of my favourite movies. It really is. August Osage County.
Oh, yep, sure.
Yeah, she was a bit part in that, but didn't
set the world on fire.
Yeah, it could have been anyone.
But she's back. Emma Stone's back.
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson's back.
Exactly.
We have the wonderfully kind of tongue-in-cheek opening where their credit scrolls all explain their Academy Award successes of late. And then we get to see them shooting machine guns at zombies.
Yeah.
Which, I think that's actually a selling point that they really need to cash in on. Do
you think so? Or do you think that it's a bit of tongue-in-cheek? They knew what they were doing?
No, of course they knew what they were doing, but that's half the fun of it. It's like when this movie first came out, they were, respectable names to a degree, but now they're all considered...
Because True Detective wasn't out yet.
No, and I don't think... Well, Woody Harrelson was always...
He's always good.
He's always been good, but Emma Stone was definitely fresher-faced. Jesse Eisenberg was fresher-faced.
Yep.
And now we're looking at, across the board, 3 nominees and a winner.
Exactly.
And usually if you assemble that kind of cast for a movie, people are like, oh man, what a cast.
Okay, let's do it.
And now we're getting it for a sequel to a pretty good zombie comedy from about 10 years ago.
It was good. Is it 10 years?
I would say probably pretty
Good
close
Lord,
to 10
it
years.
is, isn't it? Oh my God. Hang on, wait.
I think it might even be more. I think it might be 2008.
Oh, don't say that. Jesus, you're not far off. 2009.
2009.
Literally
Okay.
10 years ago.
Yeah, so there you go.
All right.
What did you think of the trailer, Nick?
Well, it was a bit of... the fact that they open with, are you ready to nut up or shut up? I was like, oh, I'm done.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, well, there you go. You just blew you came too quickly. You blew your load. Everything's all over. You're done.
But that was one of those
You know what I
stupid pre-trailer trailers.
Exactly.
It wasn't the actual
No,
trailer.
I know.
Like, we hate those things. Let's just do what we
yeah.
always did. Let's start with this trailer is approved for all audiences thing.
Why can't we start with
and
that
then go.
anymore? And then go.
How do people not have the attention span to wait 2 seconds to see what trailer they're about to watch?
Who are these for? Who are these for?
They're
is what I'm asking.
They're for children with the smallest attention spans. Exactly.
Who are playing with their phone.
Scroll through, and unless something grabs them in 1 second flat, will continue
exactly.
scrolling. And those people can leave. I don't need those people around me.
Please
ever.
leave. Please, just don't. Yeah.
It's like if you are, it's a movie trailer. Like we sit down and we go, all right, cool. I mean, we've talked about the days. Gone are the wonderful days where you'd watch a trailer and not know what it was.
Exactly.
Until 30 seconds, a minute into it, and that moment of, oh my God, is this what I think it is? Exactly, like stuff like that.
Oh my God.
Like,
oh my God.
And
oh my God. And you'd see it at the cinema. Or you see it, you'd rent out a video, and you go, no, don't wait, I want to watch the previews.
Exactly. Anyway, we're just sounding like old men yelling at clouds now.
And that's fine.
So,
because I'm an old man yelling at clouds.
Yeah, exactly.
But apart from that, it looks all right. Look, I'll give it a watch. Bit of fun. Sure,
I'm kind of on board. I think my residual goodwill towards the first movie is lingered. I haven't seen it for a few years, but I did used to watch it a lot. It was one of the first Blu-rays I actually bought.
Yeah, really? I own it on Blu-ray as well.
Yeah, I think it was it was one of the first Blu-rays to be like, hey, you can get this for, $12. And I was like, great.
Nice.
Might as well build up the Blu-ray. Yeah, I'll build it. I've definitely watched it. I watched it a lot in early days and not since probably like 2012.
Right.
So I'd be interested to watch it again, see how it holds up.
Yeah.
I remember it being really fun. Obviously, there's some cameos in it that people still talk about just how wonderful they are. If you haven't seen it, we still won't spoil it, I guess. And yeah, it had a lot of heart. I think it
was quite good, wasn't it?
Yeah. You ended up really caring about the people and the relationships, and
which is why you were like, well, this is going to have a sequel. This is going to have a sequel. There's no way that this can't have a sequel.
It seems weird that they've waited this long, considering what a success it was.
It's silly.
But, now hopefully they haven't missed the boat, and we'll have to wait and see, I guess. I'm cautiously optimistic.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch it.
Yeah.
Excellent.
But that's about it.
You have nothing else to say about that one?
All
right, let's move on. Thorough.
Thorough. Yeah, fair deal.
Let's move on.
All right. It's just quick. I like it.
Yeah, well, I'm going to have plenty to say about this one. We're going to talk about a movie called The Fanatic.
Oh, dear Lord.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Dunbar. Is Hunter Dunbar here tonight?
That's enough.
I need to get an autograph. Don't let him do this to me. I'm a fan. I'm a #1 fan. Is it difficult to find famous people's houses?
I use my Star Map app. You have to be careful. I don't want you to be accused of stalking.
Hey, you can't just come to my private residence looking for me. Listen, pal, I don't know how you found me, but I don't ever want to see you in this neighborhood again.
Help! I just wanted an autograph. Wait! Out of your mind.
What is it called again? Oh,
The Fanatic.
The Fanatic. The Fan-natic.
Well, the trailer goes to great lengths to make sure that we know that fan and fanatic are based around the same word.
I can tell you right now that I'm going to watch the shit out of this thing.
So we need to explain, if people haven't seen this trailer,
We're posting it.
Oh yeah, we will share
We're
this trailer
gonna
because
post
it's just bonkers. So John Travolta has lost his mind.
What an idiot.
It's clear that he has
Alzheimer's.
something is going on. That Scientology cash has run out or something because he's doing...
Oh, Amazon Original.
It doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter. It could be Amazon Original.
Oh, no, I was wrong. It's not Amazon Original.
Yeah, that doesn't really...
Good Lord.
Check with me. Yeah, he's... we had that Gotti movie that people just...
They obliterated
it. Panned.
I hated it.
What was the one where he was a fireman? Not Ladder 49. No, he was one of the guys that fix electrical wires, and it had what's her name in it? Lois Lane.
Margot Kidder.
No, not that Lois Lane. Kate Bosworth, maybe.
Oh, Bosworth, yeah.
What am I thinking of?
Kate Bosworth.
No, the movie. Are you on John
what movie?
Travolta's?
I'm trying. Wait.
IMDb. He was like a... Oh, nobody liked it. The front cover has him with a fireman's hat on, or like a construction worker man hat. Construction worker man
hat. Sorry, I'm trying my best.
That's all right. We'll get there. So we also had...
Here we go.
Something called Speed Kills.
Jesus, really?
Where he's like a drug lord in Miami.
Can we just have a pause? So when you look up John Travolta on IMDb,
yes.
What would you've got
Pulp Fiction.
4 slots. Wrong.
Oh. Grease.
Wrong.
Saturday Night Fever.
Wrong. Exactly. The first one is Battlefield Earth.
Oh, come on, what are you doing, people?
Hairspray.
What?
Face Off and then Get Shorty.
Okay.
Good Lord, man. Give the man some
maybe
credit.
those last two, maybe, but yeah.
No, that's a bit harsh. Okay, so Trading Paint. Speed Kills, you were right.
Oh, I forgot about Trading Paint. His drag, his Formula One movie.
His Formula One movie, yeah. So Trading Paint, Speed Kills, Gotti, I Am Wrath. I've never heard of that before in my life.
Oh, Life on the Line was the one I was thinking of.
In the Valley of Violence. I actually want to see this. You wanted to see this as well.
I saw it.
You saw it and?
I was disappointed by it.
It was a full pass, wasn't it?
It's not a full pass.
Okay.
It's a movie with a lot of...
Life on the Line is what you're talking about.
I thought would be great and didn't turn out to be great. Yeah, Life on the Line. Look, I don't know what his deal is. There's no point trying to figure this out. What
has happened?
He's making terrible films.
Look at Life on the Line poster. Oh, that's a sad day right there. This is Danny Zuko, man.
Yeah.
This is the Danny Zuko.
It is the Danny Zuko. And now he is starring in the directorial debut, I assume.
Wait for it, people. Now, this is a bit of a drum roll here. Come on.
A drum roll?
Yeah. The directorial debut of Tyson?
Well, instead of a drum roll, I think it's more like a...
yeah, exactly.
Just one of those days. Yeah, it's the directorial debut of Fred Durst.
Fred Durst, ladies and gentlemen.
Of Limp Bizkit fame.
Limp Bizkit fame. Well,
fame?
Infamous.
Infamy. Yeah, so I don't know. What's going on there?
And Fred Durst is in it. He's starring. Directing and starring.
Who's Fred?
Is that him? That's the other guy.
That's Dylan Sawa. Remember?
Oh, I thought he was dead.
No.
Bullshit.
That's one of those random, like... That's
Everyone thought that Devon Sawa was dead. And I got sucked in. Oh, no. Devon Sawa.
He's not dead. Good old idle hands himself.
I didn't know that. I thought it was Fred Durst, and he just lost a shitload of weight, and now he looks weird. No, it's Devon Sawa.
He didn't have the backwards baseball cap and
exactly
bloody facial hair.
Fred Durst.
Yeah, so Fred Durst is directing this. John Travolta is playing a overly zealous fan.
Yep. This movie's been done before.
It is The Fan.
The Fan. It's The Fan.
Wesley Snipes and Robert De Niro.
Yeah. I actually really like that movie.
I couldn't tell you a single thing about it anymore.
The ending died in the arse,
right.
But the lead up was boss.
Yeah, that was peak Wesley Snipes time as well. That was when he was it in a bit.
Yeah. Miss those days.
Yeah, I do miss those days. Yeah, and it's look, I'm gonna go out and say it.
Sure.
It's culturally insensitive performance that he's giving.
Why do you say that, Tys?
Because he's playing them like he's playing the role like it is someone with a mental disability.
Yep.
And it's not. It's bloody. What's the gag in Tropic Thunder?
For
No, I don't want to. What's the movie? Jack. Is it Jack or something?
no, it's isn't it
Simple Jack?
No. Yes.
Isn't that the guy he plays?
Yeah, Simple Jack. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway. And so I don't understand. And so that already kind of was like, oh, what are we doing here?
Yeah. He looks great though. Like if you were to take that away from it, he looks the part.
It's a nice character design, yes, for sure. But that already kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And then we're turning it into a horror movie. We're turning him into a villain, basically.
And then it turns into like a kind of a misery hostage situation. Yeah. So it turns from the fan, Wesley Snipes, Robert De Niro, into misery.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's wearing a Jason Voorhees mask at one point,
which I don't know if you have the rights to that.
I'm sure you're not allowed to just do that.
You can't just have a hockey mask on.
And then try and stab somebody. I mean,
exactly. That's copyrighted.
That is like, yes.
Sorry about that, Danny Zuko.
I'm sure you can chuck it on for like parody purposes in a film.
Sure, a bit of
but as soon as you put that mask on and then try to stab somebody,
exactly,
you're surely got to pay off somebody for that.
Someone's getting fined.
Somebody is for sure. Yeah, look, this movie. I think it's... So, being directed by Fred Durst already is kind of like, oh, this is going to be garbage.
Yeah.
Starring John Travolta, you're like, well, John Travolta isn't exactly kicking goals at the moment.
End of his tether.
And then watching the trailer and seeing that it's like... This performance that he's giving is just so off the rails and so inappropriate.
Yeah. I'm in.
I don't know. I am 100% in. And I hope to God that this isn't one of those movies that... The first 20 minutes, you're like, oh, this is going to... I can't wait to see what happens. And it just turns out to be, like, suitably just boring and terrible.
Yeah, just mediocre. Don't do that. Go full tilt. Go full tilt. Go nuts.
Like, let's just really go for it, guys. Come on. What are we waiting for?
Look at him. Look at how bad he... And that's the thing. Like, it's Fred Durst's first movie. So, obviously, he's going to, maybe ham it up a bit. Like... Maybe
he might try
and
put some flourishes into it, some artistic flourishes.
Exactly.
We might see some, touches of influence.
Do you think that maybe Fred Durst is pulling from real life?
If anyone cared enough about Limp Bizkit to stalk Fred Durst...
They're fans. There's fans out there.
Yeah. Look,
the writer of this sucker is Dave Beckerman, whoever that is, and Fred Durst.
So maybe it was based on like some kind of run-in he had with maybe someone... a little bit off.
Someone who was
that kind of unsettled him a little bit, that was a super fan.
Exactly. I love Korn.
Exactly. So everyone's on board for this. I think there's going to be viewing parties the world over.
I'm going to try and get tickets to the opening night.
I know.
It's going to be hard. Look, I'm going to say I have a movie podcast and see what they do.
I reckon we'll get in. On a little side note, and this is... We're finished talking about that, yeah?
No, I could go forever.
But I did want to say we got a very interesting email the other day, and I want the listeners to hear the story.
Oh, go on.
So it's clearly from someone that doesn't know how to speak English, and so it has that very
broken English,
very hilarious broken English feel where they're trying to promote something, and these people are trying to promote their sci-fi movie.
Oh, rad!
And so we've been invited to the premiere, Nicholas. Save the date. That we are excited to announce the world release of our supernatural thriller in Los Angeles, Tabernacle 101.
Okay. Tabernacle.
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
Tabernacle is spelled Tabernacle.
Okay.
101.
Okay. Oh, Tabernacle. Here we go. Jesus, on IMDb already. Jeez, we got front row tickets to this thing.
So we can see this thing whenever we want. That poster.
It's quite scary.
I could have whipped that up. I feel like, who knows? Should we go?
Look, do they know that we're in Melbourne?
I think we should email them and say, we're really excited to come review your movie. We're going to need first-class flights from Melbourne to Los Angeles. We're going to need 3 nights accommodation at the finest hotel in Los Angeles. Yeah. We're going to need car service from the hotel to the premiere.
Yeah.
And we're going to need about 10 grand spending money.
Tyson wears only Versace. And I would like to... I don't know what I want to wear yet. I don't know.
But yeah, save the date. Film coming for review. Thanks very much.
That's so nice. Thank you.
Yeah, it was very kind. We obviously hit the big time.
That was... We're in. We're going. All right. That was trailers.
That was trailers. We're going to move on because we've got some very exciting things to talk about, Nicholas.
We do. Wait.
We will be getting to our feature presentation shortly.
Yes.
But we are going to talk some News.
That was weird.
I thought you were going to do it.
Sorry.
Nothing happened.
Sorry.
Oh, I better go.
Oh, no. News.
So we are talking about, of course, we had Comic-Con last week.
We did.
And along with every other person in the world, we need to discuss the upcoming movies, the Phase 4 movies.
Phase 4.
Of Marvel. The MCU have announced their 4th phase of movies.
Which is like, just going that on its own, we've had a big lead up. We've had Endgame. This is the kind of an end of an era here. So this is the end of that section.
Yeah,
not
100%.
era. That end of that section, and now we're going into something completely different.
Yeah, well, the presentation begun with Kevin Feige exclaiming that the Infinity Saga is complete.
Yeah.
So that was, the first 10 years of this movie franchise that we've much, just so much devoured has finished. This first kind of, although it was obviously 3 phases, whatever they decided to call it, it was really one giant story that they were leading toward from 2000 and, with the first kind of mention of anything to do with it was what in... I can't even remember now.
It was the start of...
Was it Loki's scepter in Avengers? Was that the first
I think it was
sighting?
Hulk, where they were... Because they knew they were going to get the Avengers together.
Well, getting the Avengers together was earlier, but the idea that they were going to talk about the Infinity Stones and everything, I think was maybe... I can't remember.
Right.
So it's happened, and now we have the 4th phase of films.
We do.
Should we just have a brief chat about them in order of release, maybe?
Yeah, let's do that. Well, the first one up then is... pardon me, sorry about that.
That's all right.
Is Black Widow.
The Black Widow solo movie.
That's filming now.
It is, and it's coming very soon.
I'm glad. We've finally,
What's the release date on that bad boy?
It's taken a while for this thing. I think it's 2020. May 1st, 2020.
May 1st, 2020.
Yeah.
So we're finally getting our Black Widow movie that people have asked for since
since Iron Man 2. Yeah. I mean, come on. How long has it been since Iron Man 2? Come on,
that was 2010, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
We're finally getting it. We have an Australian director, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
If I
didn't know
have my facts straight, a director named...
Da-da-da-da-da.
No, it's lost.
No,
I've lost it.
It's gone.
What do we got? Kate Shortland. Oh. Kate Shortland directed Somersault and Berlin Syndrome, which was a horror movie that came out maybe 2 years ago that people were raving about.
Yeah.
That's pretty exciting.
That is very exciting.
Where do we rank this in our level of excitement in the overall scheme of things, Nicholas?
For Black Widow?
Yeah.
I rate it quite highly.
Cool.
I do. I rate it quite highly. I've been waiting a while. But that's because okay. I'm going to build myself up because I know, we've mentioned the Red in the Ledger. We've mentioned her past. We've mentioned all of these things.
It's true.
Is this what we're doing? Are we going to see... Because she was the top assassin, and she was brutal.
Well, rumors are that it's set between Civil War and Infinity War.
You're being serious?
Yes.
All right. Well, I want some decent flashbacks.
So that's the rumor. We're not 100% certain.
God damn rumor. All right.
But yeah, so give me a rating. We're going to rate it out.
Did you say Infinity War and? No, you saw Civil War and Infinity War. Is that what you said?
Apparently.
Okay. All right.
I might be making that up, though.
Okay. You're making that up? Dodgy little bastard.
Yeah, it's set after Captain America Civil War, but before, yeah.
All right.
What was the first one called? Was it called Infinity War? Avengers Infinity War?
Yeah, man.
Good. All of a sudden, my brain blanked out and I forgot what the name of that one was.
Infinity War.
Yeah. So, give me a rating out of 5 shawarmas.
What the fuck is a shawarma?
Remember shawarma?
What the fuck is shawarma? Shawarma.
Yeah.
A shawarma.
How many shawarmas?
I'm gonna say out of 5.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 3.5.
All right, I'm with you right there. That's exactly what I was gonna say. 3.5 shawarmas.
Yeah.
Next, Nicholas.
Next, November 2020. Eternals.
I know nothing about Eternals. What do you know?
I know very little about Eternals.
Great. So apparently, I know that they're big immortal beings. That kind of overlook the universe.
Yeah, and I know that. Jesus Christ! Angelina Jolie has been cast.
Richard Madden from Game of Thrones.
Richard Madden.
Camille Nanjiani.
Yeah.
Big Short.
I've got nothing.
Is that
here.
him?
Yeah, that's him. I got
not
nothing.
Big Short. Big Sick. Sorry. Big Short.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing. I'm in though.
Selma Hayek's in this movie.
Because I going in, like I didn't know anything. I knew very little about Guardians. I'm pretty sure, unless you were under 10, you didn't know about Guardians. Because Guardians was a kids' cartoon. Like it was a comic, but it wasn't an adult. Sure, they a lot of comic book readers read them because they were part of the lore and things like that, and that's great.
It was a bit more of a niche title.
It was a bit more of a niche. And
Look,
now,
I'll be 100% honest. I'd never heard of them before the movie was announced.
And now Guardians is bigger than
Yeah,
it's some of their favourites.
Yeah, it could be probably the
it's definitely ranking higher than Ant-Man.
It's very sad. I think a lot of people were saddened that there was no announcement of a third Guardians as part of this, and that kind of goes to show how popular that title has become.
Yeah. And it was they took a bit of a knock with James Gunn, and they've got a
but
they're recovering
it's
from
all
that,
back,
which is fine.
Yeah.
Next one.
Well, so we have to give it a rating.
I'll give it a rating. Schwammers. It's Marvel though. I know nothing about it until I see a trailer.
It's a good cast, but that's really all.
That's all
I can get behind at the moment,
Exactly.
and that it's going to be kind of heavy out of space madness.
Sure.
Which sounds good. So I'm on board. I'm probably less on board at the moment compared to Black Widow because I have familiarity with that character.
Exactly.
So I'm saying, 2.5 Schwammers out of 5?
Yeah, I agree with that. 2.5.
Nice.
2.5 Schwammers.
I like it. Next.
Have you tried Schwammer?
No.
I want to try it.
Me too.
I would like to try it.
Send us some Schwammer.
Send us some Schwammer.
Or just a voucher and I'll collect it myself.
Just a voucher.
Don't send that shit in the mail.
You should please 100% send it in the mail. Send it in the mail.
Try sending it via email.
Please send it in the mail.
Next, Nicholas.
Next, Tyson, is... What is it called?
Well, next we have...
Oh, no, wait. Shang-Chi, the Legend of the Ten Rings.
That is correct. So we have another character that I'm not super familiar with at all. A legit martial artist.
Yep.
Which is cool.
Very
so
cool.
we're going to get like an actual martial arts, as opposed to everybody already doing martial arts in the MCU because they all know fucking how to do MMA.
No, but this is a bit different here.
Yeah, we're getting legit kind of like we get to see the stuff that I love watching when I was 14.
Exactly.
Just people kicking.
Yeah. And
Lots of spin kicks and split kicks.
We're getting the Mandarin back.
And that's it. It's being the Legend of the Ten Rings. The Ten Rings being the symbol, of course, for the Mandarin.
Exactly.
He's back, baby.
Bring it on.
And now everyone can shut up. Finally.
Oh, come on.
Stop hanging shit on what is a very good Iron Man movie.
It's such a good Iron Man movie. Why do people hate Iron Man 3? I didn't realise. I've just recently watched Iron Man 3 just before watching Endgame.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, yeah, I hated that. I'm like,
I know a lot of people don't like it.
What fucking movie are you watching?
I really like it. And
it's my favourite Iron Man.
Everyone that moaned and complained about the fact that the Mandarin was wasted, you're going to get him now. It's fine.
It really wasn't wasted. That was a brilliant switcheroo that you didn't realise that you wanted something else, and now because you didn't get what you want, you're pissing and moaning. Guess what? The new Ghostbusters is actually good as well, you bastards.
And we just had many people hit the unsubscribe button. See you, bye.
Bye, Felicia.
So I'm pretty excited about this one, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm excited about this. I'm giving this kind of 3.5 schwans as well.
And also the first Asian
proper
lead character,
exactly,
which is noticing as well how many female directors they're employing, characters of different cultural history. Like it's really great the directions that they're going. I think it's really exciting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm pumped for this. This is probably 4 schwammers for me.
Oh,
yeah.
That's because you got a backlog of martial arts.
I'm a sucker for martial arts movies. I really am.
So did you? So just to go, just a bit of a left, just a sidebar.
Sidebar.
Do you when you first saw The Raid? Did that go off tits in your mind? Like, was that insane?
I liked The Raid. Yeah.
You not really? You liked The Raid?
Yeah,
you just liked it.
I just liked it.
You just liked it?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm funny with the Raid movies.
Yeah.
I don't really like the second one.
Okay, I haven't seen the second one yet.
I don't know. Look, don't get me wrong. I love martial arts movies a lot.
Yeah.
But there comes a point in martial arts movies where I'm honestly done with seeing people getting kicked.
Really?
And
Okay.
There needs to be something else going on.
Okay.
And as much as I loved the action in the raid, and I will happily admit that the fight choreography is probably the best that we've seen of that kind.
Sure.
And will see of that kind for quite some time, I think. I found what else was happening a bit unfulfilling.
Okay.
I honestly couldn't tell you what that movie was about.
Oh, really?
Now.
It was literally the exact same storyline as Dread.
Oh, that's right. It was, yeah.
And that's why everyone was like, oh, no. And it literally, like, if we were going to do twin movies, that is a contender.
It should be, yeah. You're right.
It was kind of the same thing. Yeah.
But so the raids, they're fine. They're great.
Okay.
Everyone can enjoy them. But,
that's true. All right. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about this.
4 shawarmas. How many shawarmas?
3.5.
3.5? All right. That's
for
cool.
me.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah.
Next.
Ooh. Go on, Tys.
So, in May 21st
Say it.
of what fucking year?
2021? I think it is, yeah.
We have Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a terrible and wonderful title at once. I
love it. I love the title.
Because it's so dumb but so great at the same time. Because
so
I'm like,
good.
my God, this is going to be bonkers, this movie.
It is a horror movie.
It is. It is apparently the scariest of that they can allow these MCU movies to get.
And that's so good.
We have Doctor Strange working with Scarlet Witch in this film. Is like the bonus character that you get through this one, which I'm very excited about.
I like that. I like them working together too.
I think that's great.
That's
so
she's good.
Maybe he's going to like expand her powers to be more witchy because. Sure. At the moment, she's kind of... What is she at the moment? She's kind of just like a force field lady.
No, but it's almost like... she's a poor man's Phoenix. She's a Jean Grey.
Yeah,
she's just lifting shit.
Yeah.
Like...
so maybe she'll develop more actual witch-like powers, which will be cool.
Exactly.
Scott Derrickson directing again, who I think did a pretty good job on the first Doctor Strange, especially with the weirder aspects of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm not alone in saying that Doctor Strange has skyrocketed through... as far as character popularity, due to his involvement in Infinity War and Endgame,
yes,
where he is incredibly good and has built up a lot of excitement, I think.
I'm letting you read it out because I can't be bothered searching. I've tried for that whole length of time to try and search for the fucking feature that I'm done. I'm all for this. This is the one that I may be the most excited about, maybe. Especially because of the byline multiverse. You're looking at him going back maybe and there's going to be moments where he's fucking with things or, going back. And,
I think we're going to get some real we're really going to open doors to the possibilities of the storytelling.
Exactly.
And where we can go from here is going to be really exciting.
Like the moments that I can think of, like the Back to the Future moment in Endgame.
Yes.
A little bit of that.
Oh yeah,
Well,
if we think about how that kind of messed around with the the timelines and things like that, we now, whether or not that created these multiverses, but now we know that they exist. Alternate timelines, parallel dimensions, all that kind of stuff. So we're going to, I think we're going to have a good time in this one. And it's going to be kind of weird. I like that it's going to get dark and scary. I think that's really cool too.
Bring it on.
5 shawarmas for me.
5? Whoa!
Yeah. As far as anticipation, excitement goes, it's definitely my most anticipated.
5 shawarmas. All right, I'm going to say 4.
All right,
I'm not. Yeah, I don't know just yet.
All right,
I'm just going to say 4.
Next film we have November 5th, 2021, November 5th,
2021.
We have the first 4th movie in the
in the series
in the MCU. I think
true.
as well. None of the other characters have reached their 4th films, have they?
That's true. Yeah.
We have Thor: Love and Thunder.
And in that being announced, we are getting the casting of a female Thor.
Here we are. Natalie Portman's back. After apparently not wanting to have anything to do with it.
I know.
I think money talks in this situation.
And that's what a lot of people are having a little bit of gripes with, especially with when, if you're going to, if you are, let's say you were just cast as the new Thor. See, that's the thing. She hasn't really done her homework. So they hand her Mjolnir, thinking of what the reaction is you are going to get when you pick up such an object.
Exactly.
When you watch her do it, I was like, oh, you're not in this. You're here for the cash, sweetie, aren't you? You're literally here for the cash, which is fair enough. It is a lot of cash. It's bucket loads.
All we know for a fact is that she was not happy working in those first 2 movies. She apparently didn't enjoy the experience.
Okay.
And from what we know that has spilled out is that she did not want to be involved again. So whatever has brought her around, for all we know, it could actually be the storytelling that has brought her back. The fact that she does get to have this opportunity to do something much more exciting.
Man, Jane Foster was badass. What'd you have a problem with Jane Foster?
I don't know, but for some actors, it's not their thing. It's the Hugo Weaving thing. Like he's got no interest whatsoever.
Yeah.
He's like, how much money you give me? Yeah, I'll put on a fucking.
It's so true.
I'll read out some robot dialogue. What do you want me to do?
Yeah. What are we doing today?
Yeah.
Do I have to move?
Yeah. Can I do this from the comfort of my own home? You betcha.
Let's do it.
I'm in.
Let's rock. What do you pay me? Fuck you, idiot. Okay, let's go.
Exactly. So who knows? Maybe that's the thing that's come around. Maybe she's like, oh, look, it's I'll just do it for a bit of fun. Or maybe the storyline has piqued her interest as well.
Has Hugo Weaving won an Oscar?
No.
That's a bit shit.
Yeah, you guys are a bit funny. He kind of. I don't know if he's as popular overseas as he was maybe 5 to 10 years ago. I think he's kind of drifted away again because he was only getting like the villain roles.
Yeah.
And he's come back and worked here.
It's because everyone looks at him and goes, "Oh, Agent Smith, hey, what's up?"
Yeah. He'll never live that down.
Hey, fuck, that's. I'd be okay with that. I'd be hella okay with that.
Oh yeah.
I'm Agent Smith. What are you going to do?
It's not a bad little calling card.
Exactly.
So we have the most badass logo of all these films, by the way, the Thor Love and Thunder that looks straight out of like an 80s sword and sorcery epic.
Yes.
I love that they've gone through, like, the last one was like an 80s hair metal album cover.
Yeah.
And now we get this actual, like...
Yeah, sword and sorcery. You're totally... You're spot on.
It's Beastmaster. It's like, you can imagine the hand-drawn poster with Thor on top of a mountain with like some half-naked chicks draped off him and a snake and
the background is literally just dark clouds going into nothingness.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And Taika Waititi back again, which is great.
Yeah. Now, okay, so here's where the rub is. Are you liking the new comedic Thor, Tyson?
Look, I don't love it, to be honest.
A bit of a serious Thor, because you've also got the Love and Thunder. Jane is the Love and the Thunder is Valkyrie. So she's in this as well.
Sure.
Okay. But yeah, is it going to be, because it's Taika, can we get a bit of a serious Thor out of Taika? What do you think?
Look, I sadly do think that
it's just going to be another comedy.
Thor is now turned into a comedic character. I think it's just something we're going to have to accept. And I'm not as excited about that, unfortunately. I think I talked about this, I think Thor's stuff in Endgame was somewhat dampened because of the insistence on the humor.
I remember you saying this, and I listened back to that episode, and you were very, like, everyone else gets their kind of PTSD moment, but he gets the moment with his mum. That was his moment.
Yeah,
I think.
Look, and I'm not saying it wasn't lovely to have that moment, but
you wanted.
I think when we're forced now to have emotional beats of a character intercut with jokes, because that's the character they've written, I think we've kind of led ourselves down a path that we're going to struggle to come back from.
Yeah, you're listening to the character almost, don't you?
And look, for other people think that this is the Thor that they want, and they love that this direction that Thor has taken. I'm less excited about it. So for me, it's only 3.5 schwammers on this one.
Oh, yeah.
As far as anticipation.
Look, I'm going to say, okay, well, if I'm going to be brutally honest, Ragnarok... Oh, jeez. I need to watch it again, but I think I'm going to drop a schwam. I'm going to drop... It's a 3. It's a 3. It's not 3.5. It's a 3.
Exciting stuff.
Right.
No time for any more discussion.
Okay.
We've got one more to talk about.
One more.
And this is another 5 schwammer. I'm going straight up there and saying
straight to the top.
No release date just yet, but Mahershala Ali playing Blade. Oh, my God.
Wesley Snipes is fucking bawling his eyes out.
Oh, poor Wes. But he understands. Apparently, he released something on Twitter saying,
champ.
Go Mahershala. You're my man.
So fucking bring it on. Literally fucking bring it on.
That is great casting. Like, brilliant casting.
So good.
Obvious casting, of course.
Yeah.
But great all the same because he's so good.
Yeah.
He is very, very good.
He's really good, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a little tall, though.
I'm okay with that.
The man is like 6'5", isn't he?
Yeah, maybe. No, he's not that tall.
I'm pretty sure he is. Let me have a look, because Blade needs to be fast. Okay, yeah, cool. He's
gonna get built. He's gonna be. He takes his work so seriously.
I know.
But even when you think about like some of the action movie roles that he's played, or more genre roles that he's played, Alita Battle Angel, and even as Copperhead in
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage, he's just he cuts just a figure, and
so good.
Very intimidating. Perfect for this role. Means that we get like vampires in this world. A vampire killer in this world.
I know he's 6'2". That's not short.
That's definitely not short. I'm 100% on board. 5 shawarmas. So excited to see this.
Straight up to the top.
Oh man, what a
shit!
How great is it going to be to have another Blade movie?
Yeah, I know. Like out of all the things they can redo, fuck yeah, bring on Blade. You know, I loved Blade 1. Did you love Blade 1?
I liked Blade 1 a hell of a lot. I like Blade 2 better.
Yes, me too. Yes. It's so good. Yeah, bring it on. It's still a 3.5 though.
Okay,
it's still 3.5.
Sure.
I'm very happy with all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we also have a bunch of TV stuff. Disney Plus.
We do.
We get the Falcon and Winter Soldier. We get a Hawkeye series. We get a Loki series. We get WandaVision. And we get the What If animated series, which is also a really cool idea. The kind of the imaginary tales, like what if they were all zombies?
Exactly.
What if
which
Captain America was British?
Yeah. Or what if Captain America did work for Hydra?
Yeah.
All for it. The 5-star in that is Winter Soldier Falcon.
Yeah.
For me.
What's hard about this now?
5 shawarmas, sorry.
Sure.
Yeah.
We can no longer ignore these like we ignored the Netflix series when they got bad.
No, you need to watch these now.
These are
canon.
100% canon, 100% connected.
If you miss out, you are missing out.
You are actually missing out. So
shit.
It means there's so much more content to consume, which is going to be difficult. But apparently they're all limited series. Like we're talking like 8 episodes, done. They're not doing. It's not like you get a second season.
Really?
They're just wanting to tell stories in a longer, more drawn out format, which I am all on board for.
Especially the WandaVision. Bring it. It could be a very lengthy. Like that could be good.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
So yeah, it'd be fun to see some of these stories. I think.
Do you know what I'm not on board for?
What's that?
I think Loki's done his day.
I think Loki would have been.
Can we literally just
better.
retire it? Like, can we just let it go? Fuck.
I'm sad because Loki's spoiler death,
beautiful,
was great and a very good finish for that character.
And now, what are you doing?
And so, yeah, I'm less. I don't like it when we get robbed of that.
Like that was heartfelt.
The completeness of an arc.
Exactly. It was when we saw Endgame, you said your goodbyes. When he died, you're like, this is it. This is how it's going to go.
I agree.
And it was quite full on. You had to, because yes, he was a villain, and yes, he caused all the stuff of the first incident and all of that. But we loved him. He was a brother. That sort of and it's messed up. And yes, he's going to backstab us and all that stuff. And
he's adopted.
He's adopted exactly. And when he went, you're like, Jesus, that's a fucking hard way to go.
Yeah.
And now you're
I just hope it doesn't. Yeah, I hope this stuff doesn't lessen the impact of what the movie storytelling did. The WandaVision series, I'm also a little bit interested by where it's placed in the timeline and what it's going to do to the beautiful, like the utterly heartbreaking moment between the two of them in Infinity War.
Yep.
Which similar to what's happening with Loki.
Yep.
I hope it doesn't lessen that moment. I don't want to go back and rewatch that and then be like, oh, it was fine. It all worked out in the end, because that lessens the impact of that sacrifice for me.
Yeah, completely 100%.
Yeah.
But she is going to be in a multiverse movie.
Yeah. So maybe it's just another dimension.
It's just she brings another vision.
Yeah. Look,
okay.
It's comic book world. It's bound to happen.
No one dies forever.
And look, I might be contradicting myself because when we talked about Infinity War, when everyone turned to dust, and it was like, well, there's no impact to that because we know they come back. The impact is about the characters. How the characters felt in that moment is the impact of it. But it's the choices they make, and if you lessen the power of the choice that they make in that moment, that's when it doesn't work.
Yes.
As long as they do nothing to take away from the great sacrifices that these characters made that ultimately resulted in their death, I'm fine with it.
Bring it on, man.
All right, we got to move on.
We have to move on.
But that was no. What is it? News.
Did you like that? I was doing it like ye oldie.
Yeah, I'm going to have to find something for that.
Don't do anything. Just
no, we get away with crossing the streams and what did you watch this week? I don't think that one's fine. I don't think anyone likes that one. All right, by God, we need to do our feature presentation.
Okay, here
We've been talking for too long.
Jesus, that was way too long.
And now for our feature presentation.
Just want to serve my country, be the best fighter pilot in the Navy, sir.
You want to know who the best is? That's him, Iceman. That's the way he flies, ice cold, no mistakes.
You need to be doing it better and cleaner than the other guys. I'm Maverick.
Maverick? Does your mother not like you or something?
I got to do something here. I still can't believe it. I got to give you your dream shot. You two characters are going to Top Gun. You are the top 1% of all naval aviators.
The elite. We'll make it better.
You figured it out yet? What's that? Who's the best pilot?
I'm an instructor at this school. I see 20 new hot shots every 8 weeks.
Every time you go up in the air, you're unsafe.
That's right.
I am dangerous. It's not your flying. It's your attitude.
Yeah, I guess when I see something, I go right after it.
It takes a lot more than just fancy flying.
I got a family to think about. I can't afford to blow this.
You're the only family I've got. I'm not going to let you down.
Gentlemen, this school is about combat.
10 more seconds, then I've got him.
There are no points for second place.
What you do up there, it's dangerous. But you've got to go on.
Ice. Yes, sir. Hollywood. Yes, sir. Sector 2. Maverick, you back him up with Merlin on Ready 5.
Yes, sir.
There are MiGs in the area and tensions are high. If you witness a hostile act, you will return fire. Gentlemen, this is the real thing.
Yeah, we're coming left.
This is what you've been trained for.
3 MiGs dead ahead, coming down the left side.
You are America's best.
1 MiG 12 o'clock high. 1 MiG 12 o'clock high.
Make us proud.
I got radar lock. You clear to fire. I got a good lock. Fire. I'm firing.
Tom Cruise, Kelly McGillis, Top Gun.
Well, here we are.
Top Gun.
Top Gun, it's 1986.
Top Gun.
Nicholas.
Tyson.
So, I have a question for you.
Oh, sure.
I want just a yes or no answer.
Yep.
Do you like this movie?
No.
Good.
Not anymore.
I don't like this movie.
But this is the thing. Like, back in the 80s, everyone liked this movie. It was the movie.
I was aware. What I'm disappointed by is that I think I liked this movie more before I actually watched it.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think I was a bit of a defender of it when I was like, no, but it's like it's got this kitschy quality and it's blah, like, you know, but it's got such iconography in it that you can breeze past some of the lesser storytelling. It's
a choppy.
It's got no story. What is the story? What is the story?
The story is you follow Maverick and Goose into the Top Gun Academy. Goose dies. Maverick goes into a gunfight. That is it.
The story is cocky arsehole remains cocky arsehole for an entire movie.
Exactly. No arc here.
There is no character growth.
There is no character
whatsoever.
growth. Not even after
film.
a fucking death of a brother, basically.
Look, I'll take it back. There is a little bit.
Like, this is not... Yeah. It's really funny how... Like, I watch this a lot, Tyson, like I said in the start of the episode. I watch this a lot. Like, for some reason, Top Gun got a hell of a play in our house.
Sure.
Probably because... my dad loved planes. He's wanted to be a pilot, that sort of thing.
I actually do think that would play into someone's enjoyment of this film a lot.
Absolutely. Because seeing the planes, like back in the day, you're talking 86, they did a lot with these planes. Like, looking up on what they did, it was mostly miniatures and things like that.
Yep.
But they hired jets from the Navy.
Yep.
They flew them. They were allowed to shoot off 2 missiles, which is hilarious. I love this. I was going to get to this later, but I might as well say it now.
I did read about that.
Shot off 2 missiles, and they shot it from every angle they could so they could reuse it again.
Of course. Well, of course you would.
And then, because their special effects were so good, the miniatures that they did with shooting rockets, when the Navy saw them, they made a case and looked into it because they looked like they were real. Nice. I was like, that's awesome. That's them doing their job. Well done.
I'll be honest. I'd like all the plane talk goes straight over my head.
Same, yeah.
Pun intended.
Oh, yeah.
And so I wonder if that lessens the quality of it for me as well, because they're talking about MIGs and F whatevers and Gs, and I'm like,
I have no idea what's going on. Yeah.
Sure.
Same with the car movie. I don't know what's going on.
It happens with car movies a bit too. And look, that's, that's fine. Not every movie is made for me. Yeah. Personally for me. And I think they make it accessible enough that the shop talk doesn't ruin it for you.
Yeah.
I just think it would. I can understand somebody with that knowledge enjoying it more. Yeah, perhaps. Because it's, when you're talking a specific kind of hobby language, people always get more excited about it.
But in this watch, Tyson, I was like, oh, yeah, Top Gun. Yeah, I remember this bit. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. There were maybe 2-3 moments that I didn't remember at all. And then I was like, okay, well, as watching that now as an adult, where's the guts? What's going on? Where's the movie? Where's the movie?
There are attempts. This is the thing. There are attempts to make it more than just a postcard.
Sure.
And those moments...
It's a pretty good postcard.
Look, and I will 100% submit to that. It is a great looking movie. They do some really excellent things with the aesthetic, kind of just that Tony Scott-ness of it.
Yeah.
And it's what a lot of these movies ended up becoming. Do you know the movie that I think is the most Tony Scott, that Tony Scott ever Tony Scotted?
No.
Is Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Whoa, okay.
I always feel like that is... If someone says, what does a Tony Scott movie look like?
Beverly Hills Cop 2.
I play the scenes in that where they're at that...
strip club.
No, the refinery, like out in the desert.
Yeah.
And it's sweaty.
Yeah.
The sun's just about to set, so everything's really red. You can see the moisture in the air. That is how Tony Scott movies look to me.
Yeah, very true.
I'll spot that a mile away. I'll be like, "Is this a fucking Tony Scott movie?"
Yeah. When you say Tony Scott, I think of Man of Fire, like straight up.
Oh
like,
yeah,
like
I mean that was obviously getting towards the end of it, but he maintained that quality the whole way through.
Yeah.
He got a little bit more ambitious here and there and tried some different things. Man of Fire has probably some more out there.
It's a little more
2000-y.
Yeah.
But there's something about the color scheme, the it is sweaty. That's the best way I can describe it. And this movie is sweaty.
So many, I didn't realize. Like, I got to the point where he's in the elevator. I was like, where the fuck are they? Everyone is wet. Like, everyone is wet. Like, just with sweat.
Yeah, it's there. They must be in the middle of the desert.
Bullshit. How? Like everyone is sweating all the time. And I'm not talking like it's beating off them.
They've always got beads of sweat on them. Always got. Like, there are close-ups where you can just see.
Like, what is going on?
Like, they've sprayed them with spray bottles to get this effect. But I think that's just Tony Scott likes telling stories in that environment. I think it gives him it gives the characters a bit of an urgency because everyone's so on edge.
Yeah.
So they're sweaty and dirty and they've got to achieve what they're there to achieve. I get it, man. If that's his thing, he likes it, whatever, that's fine.
Do your thing, dude.
That's it. Do your thing. So it looks great. It's a good-looking movie. I just don't buy anything that anyone says in this movie.
Yeah, sure.
And that's unfortunate. That gets tough because you can only spend so much time kind of appreciating the visual style of it and the great iconic moments. Like, yes, the volleyball match, beach volleyball match, it's fucking great. It really is great.
It's good.
It's well shot.
It's very
great.
good.
It's a great little character moments between them.
Makes you want to play some volleyball.
Makes you want to play beach volleyball, 100%. I didn't remember that it finishes so abruptly and anticlimactically.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, come on, it's a tied game.
We gotta go.
And it's like, no, I gotta go to his date. And I'm like, oh, well, all right, that's fine.
I rated it 3 stars out of 5.
3 out of 5? I did 2 out of 5.
You did 2 out of 5.
Yeah.
I think mine is literally just for nostalgic value.
Sure.
And it is like what you said on the aesthetic of the whole thing and the look of it. Like, it is for me one of the first popcorn movies that I would have watched as a kid.
Sure.
It is a movie that you can go and you can talk all the way through it, and then you're watching it and you're like, God, this is good. This is really good, isn't it?
You can tune in and out very easily.
And if you do that, it's a good movie. If you're having a sit and you're going to watch this thing, you're going to be a little disappointed.
Yes.
But I think the reason that because I'm kind of wondering why I rated it 3 stars, because 3 stars is a decent film.
Yeah, 3 stars is
a decent
an enjoyable
movie,
time.
I think it's literally the feeling that you get from watching this thing, how it's put together with the score and the small moments. You're like, This is all right. This is good. This is a bit of fun.
Moment to moment.
This is a fun time.
It is a fun time, and I agree with you.
That's it.
But it gets to that point. It's a long movie.
It is. Why is
it's
it
nearly
so
2
long?
hours.
Yeah, it's way too long.
You get to a point about an hour and 10 minutes into it where, yes, the moment-to-moment stuff has all generally worked.
Yep, sure.
When you realise that this movie is going to say nothing about anything, and you kind of go,
you have to go along for the ride, man.
This movie has no point of view. And I'm in it now, though. I'm just here.
Yeah.
And so for a movie that was it's so popular, and it spawned so many kind of...
Everyone's in on it.
Quotable lines, parodies. Like it started a genre of films, basically. It's the Bruckheimer action films. Like it's kind of it's
started that
it's
off.
really empty, and that was disappointing.
Yeah,
because its attempts to be not empty come off as really
cheesy.
Cheesy. I want to say try hard.
Not sure.
Like really, I'm gonna. The better word is disingenuous. I'll say that.
Sure. After I don't agree with you. An hour in, I could go a little bit longer. After Goose dies, spoilers for Top Gun. After Goose dies,
see, I'd never really even seen the movie properly, and I knew Goose died, so it's fine.
Exactly.
Yeah. And they want you to know about it too. If you had an inkling that one of these characters might be dying.
Man.
They don't worry. They give you the scene of the happy existence just before
They do. They really do.
They make sure to really hammer that home. Look at his wonderful family, and Meg Ryan is his wife, and he has a child, and they sit at the piano, and everyone has a great time together. Oh, he's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah.
But after that, after he dies, it lingers way too much. It shouldn't be that. It shouldn't have lingered that long. I understand that you need to see, and this is what they try to do. They try to give Maverick some character with, oh no, I've lost someone, and you know what, I don't want to fly anymore, and you know what, I've had enough of that. He turns into, especially because you start off with Maverick just being a cocky dickhead.
Start off.
Complete start off. You start off with that. Like
when is he not?
That's who
when
he is.
When is he not this person?
Oh, no, he's not. I'm just saying that is the character. Yeah. Like, from the get-go, he's this dickhead. And you're like, well, why should I give a fuck what
He's seriously unlikable.
He is, isn't he?
It's really funny because I wouldn't have thought so.
But everyone wanted to be Maverick.
No, that's the thing. I usually give Tom Cruise a lot of credit. I quite like him as an actor.
Yeah.
I
love him as
I
an
don't
actor.
think this is a good performance at all.
Oh,
I think it's a really terrible performance.
No, I think it's sorry. You
no. I was just going to say because no, don't be silly. Only because I usually would like him in this role as that cocky, arrogant thing because he can pull that off. Yeah. I don't think he does in this though.
No, I think he does. I just think that that you don't have a contrast. You don't have his downtime.
But you're just saying you don't like him.
No, of course I don't fucking like him.
So that means he's not pulling it off though.
No, he is. He is pulling off that dickhead.
I think we're meant to like him. No. I think we're meant to find how he's like he's bullshit, childish, show off crap.
Yeah.
I think we're meant to find that kind of charming and like a bit kind of not larrikin-y, but you know, we're meant to be like, oh, he's a bit of a cheeky one, isn't he?
No, I think we were meant to like him in '86. I think now in 2019, you look at that and go, you're just a fuckwit.
No, but I agree with what you're saying 100% because that is. But for someone like me who likes Tom Cruise regardless of the fact that he's a crazy person. I really like him on screen. I think he's generally always pretty good.
Okay. You think his acting gills aren't flexing?
I think I've seen him do something similar to this, and he's been far more likable.
Okay.
Whereas in this, I never connected to him at all.
Really? Okay.
Ever. I just wanted to smack that monobrow off his face all movie. Or at least, can we get some tweezers? Can we tweeze his monobrow? At least that.
I remember a monobrow.
Oh my God, I was watching this thing in 1080p and what are they doing to the poor kid?
I don't remember a monobrow, really?
Yeah, no one's been grooming that thing.
No one's looking after him.
Because even the way he interacts with Charlie, it's terrible. He's such a prick to her.
Oh yeah. He's such a oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
He's such a little shitbag when all she's trying to do is do her job, and he's like doing that thing where he's revving the bike, and he's like, "Sorry, can't hear you."
Yeah,
I just want him to go away.
Yeah,
just leave. It's just usually you would find it would feel understandable because you'd be on his side.
Yeah,
and I just was not on his side through any of it.
I wasn't either, but I grinned and buried it. And
they do try. You're right. They try to turn him around.
They try and turn him around.
And yes,
It
he
doesn't
does
work,
have
though.
a character moment. But I think they ruined.
No, but it doesn't work. It doesn't. Okay, so he is conflicted by Goose dying. Sure, he goes and has a chat with Poison Ivy dude. Yeah.
of all the movies for Tom Skerritt,
the Poison Ivy dude,
absolute legend, Tom Skerritt. The one where he sleeps with a teenager.
Yeah, you know that one. Yeah. So he goes and talks to him. He comes away with that with nothing. Goes to the graduation, doesn't give a fuck, and then, oh, by the way, jump in your suit. And he doesn't have. There's no moment.
The conversation that he has. I think it's implied that it might. I think it's fairly textual, but
yeah,
is that because by knowing what happened to his dad, he can allow himself that kind of release.
Yeah,
and can be what he wants, and knowing that his dad was the person he wanted. He thought of him. He didn't make a mistake. He didn't die by being an idiot. He died a hero. And they couldn't, it's just one of those things that you could never find out because it was all classified information.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So he got that kind of closure, and that allowed him to say, you know what, I do want to do this. I can do this.
Sure.
But what I think killed it for me is that the Goose death, it had no narrative. Oh, it was not a consequence of the narrative in any way. So they had two choices, and they didn't somehow manage to avoid either choice, which I find really ridiculous because... It's a movie. We're talking about a movie. This is what it's all about. They either make it his fault,
sure,
and he has to learn that.
Suck
it up and say, well, okay, maybe my maverick ways again. I do need to change.
Exactly.
Maybe I need to grow the fuck up.
And he was flying quite close to Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, it was pretty much your fault.
But this is the thing; they didn't. It's not. I agree. But it's not explicitly stated that he was at fault. They even go to the trouble of having the scene where they clear him of it.
Yeah, yeah.
But he wasn't sitting there actually feeling like it was his fault. The closest he got was when he was in the car with Charlie and was like, "Oh, maybe it was my fault. I don't know." But it was so clearly he's not guilt ridden with that.
No.
So that they missed that opportunity. But the alternative is, if we're going to be storytellers about this, which apparently I thought they might be. Is that it's clearly not his fault. He did everything right.
Yeah.
And it still happened anyway. And then he gets to be mad about the fact that, well, when I'm fucking cocky maverick, people get shitty at me. When I'm not cocky maverick, my friend fucking dies. So who am I? What am I meant to be?
Yeah.
They didn't do either of those choices.
No.
He was just kind of
just there.
Yeah. Flying. Not doing anything super dangerous.
Sitting in a bar.
But not deliberately being un-Maverick-like. And then an engine just did a thing. So the movie just becomes about, oh, yeah, isn't that a kick in the teeth? Shit happens sometimes. And it's like...
What the fuck is this
You're
film?
wasting your opportunity to actually affect your main character in a way.
True.
And they chose neither. I found it so weird. And then they go to the trouble of having the rescue man basically hit him over the head with the symbolism sledgehammer. You gotta let him go.
You gotta let him go, sir. Dude.
It's like, dude, it's a
Captain Obvious.
I know. It's like it's a great time for it.
Well done.
Really.
Cheers, bro.
He might as well turn to the audience and just give him a bit of a
This guy.
Did you get that?
Am I right? That was my one line.
So yeah, this movie's attempts to do anything with Maverick, I think, fail almost all over.
Right.
Yeah. The only bit, I'll say this, the only bit
here we
that
go.
works for me, strangely, is the ending.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why, but when they land the planes and celebrate, all those bits work for me. I was
hang on a minute. Hang on. You're talking about at the very end.
Yeah. I don't know.
That is the worst fucking part of the film for me.
But when it happened,
Are you
I was
kidding
like,
me? You're on board.
"Oh, that's great."
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you can be my wingman. Nah, but
it's
yours.
the worst fucking line in the movie.
I was kind of on board.
Oh my god.
But this is me. I don't understand. I don't know.
That's hilarious. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Who knows?
Okay.
And I did like the very last scene.
Yep.
Because I realised that this movie would be better if it was all completely scored with classic rock, as opposed to the same pieces of music every fucking scene.
Hey,
we don't even hear Danger Zone that many times. Danger Zone is a banger.
Bullshit, you hear it 4 times.
Is it 4 times?
Yes.
I was so over hearing that Will Take My Breath Away, and no, you don't hear that one too much either. It's the sad score. It's the sad guitar score music, which happens, I reckon, about 12 times. And I'm like, but how much better is it when the jukebox kicks in? And I was like, all of a sudden I was feeling the movie like the Big Chill almost. And I was like, this would be great with all classic rock stuff. Anyway, whatever. I've talked forever. Nick, what do you reckon?
I love that we're talking this much about. We thought we were going to have anything.
I know.
I love it. You're just going on Danger Zone. You hear it 4 times, and I love that if I hear Danger Zone on the radio, I turn that fucking shit off. I'm like, nah, get fucking off.
Really?
Yeah. During this film, I'm like, this is the most badass fucking song ever written. Yeah. Like, seriously, you get the feels of it like, fuck.
Do you know what's a good one?
Yeah.
The one in the end credits.
Yes!
That's a fucking good song. And
it was so good. I'm like, have I not listened to Danger Zone for a while? Maybe that's why. Because I normally, if it's a song that's in a movie that I know, that will wreck the song if I hear it too much, which is why I never bought the soundtrack to That Thing You Do, because it would ruin it for me.
I think by watching That Thing You Do, you probably get a lifetime's worth of that song, and you don't need to ever listen to it outside of the movie.
Yeah, same with Mighty Wind. That's another one of the same. And what's your favourite of 2 years ago?
Sing Street.
So I listened to just that song, but I don't listen to anything else. So everything else is
I
brand
had
new
the
for me.
soundtrack to it, but I don't know what I did with it.
Okay.
That's a
story
for another day.
The fact that I listened to it, I was like, this is like so good. And just that...
It's a great piece of music. I think it's very effective at the start of the movie.
Yes.
When it's building it up to be kind of like a serious kind of like really plain text and you know, look at all these sweaty images of planes and with sunsets and things, and you hear the kind of that doom, 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 like that serious kind of guitar music.
So good.
And then
all of a
it
sudden
takes off.
Like
and you're like, oh wait, no, this is going to be trashy. Okay.
Like, it is so 80s trash.
Yeah.
It's awesome. What are those guys? I need to know, like, if you are an aviator of any sorts and you listen to this podcast by a slim chance,
I'd say it's almost next to nothing.
If you're on an aircraft carrier, are you really doing all those fucking hand signals, or is Tony Scott going, no, I need you to roll like this?
I was also worried about their safety.
What the fuck are you doing?
It must be
they
hot.
got it dark and shit.
Yeah. Is that all it takes? You just kind of take a few steps back and it'll be like, nah, I should be right.
They'll be right. Yeah, they got lines for it. It's fine.
Yet, if they fly by a tower...
You're fucked.
Yeah, drop your coffee all over yourself.
For some reason. I'm like, are you flying at it like... unless you're
never heard a plane before, that guy.
I was like, unless you're going past at supersonic speed, like, unless you're cracking the boom as you go past, like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, who gives a shit?
That guy was funny. I do like it.
Bucks. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I love the second time where he gets his mug and he's like, oh, thank you. And I'm like, you're going to spill that. Oh, I just love my coffee. Oh, I can't wait to drink this.
Jesus. It was so bad. So bad. Can I ask a question? Is she meant to be... Tom Cruise looks 20 in this. He looks 19. Is she meant to be an older woman?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So she is older.
She is older.
In real life.
Yeah, I knew that.
But there's a good 5 or 6 year age gap between them, I think.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how much it's meant to be in the film, but I do think it's implied that she is, older than him.
Quite older. Okay.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe
not
only,
quite older, but yeah.
I don't know. Well, because she's dating at the start when she's on the date with that literal old man.
Yeah. Who happens to be, like, do you know who that old man is?
He's some kind of pilot or something, wasn't he?
No, he's the original Maverick.
Oh, right.
The movie's based on that guy.
Well, good on him.
Yeah. Which I thought was hilarious as well. Like, there's really a Maverick and really, like, there was really a goose and really a nice man. And Val Kilmer.
Oh, yeah.
This is
hands down
Val
the
Kilmer
best thing in the movie.
Exactly.
Is Iceman.
I remember seeing this as a kid, and I didn't want to be Maverick. I wanted to be Iceman.
Do you know why? Because Iceman is actually great.
He just looks cool.
He looks cool. He's very good at what he does.
So good.
And I know he's meant to be the 80s kind of, not villain, but the antagonist to a degree.
Yeah.
The conflicting views. I'm with Iceman all the way.
Man.
Everything he said made 100% right.
Exactly. I'm like, dude, you're dangerous up there. The reason why he's saying that is because if we're in a dogfight and you don't have my back, I don't want to be up there with you. Which is fair enough.
Every time that there's dialogue where it's meant to be like, ooh, Iceman's an asshole, I'm like, that's a fair question. That is like the bit where like after he hears the story about flipping the bird upside down, and he's like, "Hey, just by the way,
who was covering? What's his name?
Guy from Christine.
Yeah. Is it Wizard Merlin?
Nah, Merlin's Tim Robbins.
Fuck, Wolfman.
Not Wolfman.
Viper.
No.
Fuck.
Shit. Come on. Who does he play?
Merlin.
It's John Stockwell.
Viper Merlin. No, Cougar.
Yeah.
Cougar. There we go.
And I'm like, good question, Iceman. And
I did like that though. That was a kind of, I think, no, he was doing fine. I did like that. I was like, yeah, but
he wasn't doing fine.
He wasn't, was he?
No. And look, it's not Maverick's fault that Cougar had a breakdown.
Yeah.
But it's that kind of bullshit in the sense that like he went off.
It's a team effort here, man.
And there's the great conversation. I can't remember exactly what he says, but the one where they're in the shower and I'm not narrowing it down actually.
We have to.
The one where it's kind of homoerotic.
The one that
you're going to have to be more specific.
Yeah, you're going to have to be a little bit more specific than that. You can be my wingman anytime.
Yeah. No, I can't remember what he did, but he leans against a pole. It's just after Viper gets them, and Michael Ironside comes in and says, "Do you know what? That was actually really good flying up until the point you got caught."
Yeah.
And he comes out and leans against the thing, and,
they're all in
and he just says,
towels.
they're all in towels all the time.
Like, what are you doing?
But I think that might be the conversation when he says, "It's you're good at what you do, but
it's your attitude.
Yeah, your attitude sucks. Like you've got to imagine. I don't want you up there if you're not going to cover me. Blah 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 blah." And I'm like, 100%. This is Iceman deserves to be Top Gun. 100%. Yeah. He is not a villain. He is not the kind of he's not the character that we should be sitting there going, "Oh, he's a bit of a dick."
No,
he's 100% correct all the time.
Yeah.
And it's Val Kilmer, and I love Val Kilmer. So
I love Val Kilmer.
He's so good.
He's so good. But yeah, Val Kilmer. You can't tell me. Okay, so going back a little bit, editing that dogfight at the end. That was some nice watching. That was a fairly decent action sequence.
Yeah, look, it's pretty great. The unfortunate thing is, by that point, it feels
You're
like
done. Yeah.
Well, it feels like the movie is kind of over anyway. Like you know what I mean? It feels like because we don't have any emotional stake in the villains. We only know who.
We don't know who
the main characters are.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, aside from Iceman and Maverick, we don't care about anybody else.
No.
I don't care about Merlin.
No.
Or, is it Hollywood or something?
I love Hollywood.
I mean,
that's my code name.
And
would be
Wolfman.
Hollywood. I love that. Wolfman,
I love how Wolfman gets a run in the credits, and I'm like, did you have a line of dialogue? Because I don't remember your face. I thought it was like, obviously we know a few of their code names.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't remember Wolfman saying.
I think he said something in one of the lectures. I think.
Oh, was that the one that leaned forward?
Yeah,
and was like, gutsiest move I ever saw.
And I'm like, is he taking the piss? Like,
no, I think he's genuinely.
I think he was genuine.
Yeah, I think he's genuine in that.
Okay. Yeah, that dogfight was badass. Man.
Look, it's great, but like I said, there's no emotional weight to it whatsoever. And they try. It's the
and I love
how they try to add it in with the dog tags and all that shit. And I'm like, what would Goose do? And I'm like,
who gives a shit at this point?
But at no point did Goose provide any kind of like wisdom to Maverick. Like,
no, he just kept saying, "Dude, I've got kids." Yeah.
Yeah, basically, he's that guy. Maverick, I've got kids here, man. Like,
can you fucking? I need a job.
I've got to get this job. Can you stop being Maverick?
And because
for like
you fly the plane, I'm fucked as well. So
yeah, exactly. What is the job of the guy in the back?
I believe he's the navigator.
Okay. They do a lot of looking out the actual windows.
Yeah, which is that can't be right because flying at that speed,
I feel like
I'm pretty sure you can't just go. Oh yeah, there is. Like,
I feel like you're mostly looking at like dials and radars and things. You're not like scoping out the.
Oh yeah, there he is in my 11 o'clock.
Yeah,
it's not an old school Indiana Jones with the fucking gun at the back. Do you know what I mean?
So good.
There he is. No, it's not that. It's not that.
Look, I don't know. Maybe if anyone knows anything about these planes, by all means, correct me because I know nothing about them.
We both know nothing. Maverick kills all but one though in that last dogfight.
Yeah, one just fucks off. Doesn't he?
No, he kills all of them.
Oh, no, because at the end they say two of the planes go away or something because they're scared? Or...
Are you kidding me? Are you telling me
I don't know. But like he's like Superman at this point.
Isn't it like while I'm watching this film, I'm like, so are you telling me that not leaving my wingman type deal, right? All that stuff. A plane that comes after you, someone has to be the bait and someone has to go after them. That's literally just what the dogfight was. Like, that's in every single moment. Like, that's what was happening.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, is that how planes work?
Well, the
Is
only
that how
time it didn't
dogfights
come
work?
off is when he did the cheeky, like the
switcheroo.
I'll just slow down really quickly, and
No,
you'll
pull on the brakes, man.
and you'll
Pull
have
on
to
the
go
brakes.
past me.
Which, now that you think about it, like, when I was a kid, I was like, that's a fucking badass move. Now I'm an adult, that is the most dangerous fucking thing that you could have ever
Yeah.
done, especially because you're in a training mission. Like, sure, if it's an actual dogfight and you're like, I don't know what to do at this point, I'm by myself, I'm flying by the seat of my pants here, I'm just going to pull on the brakes, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go up, and hopefully he goes down, because if he goes up as well, this is going to be hilarious.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a chuckle about this one later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. I only got one more note, I think. Oh yeah, why is everyone celebrating at the end? I love that you love this.
I don't know. I was just because of the movie,
Like,
because of the way the movie is. Something about the complete genuine. Remember we talked about this at the end of Under Siege. Remember at the end of Under Siege, they're all sitting around, basically cracking beers, having a good time, talking about how he's the best fucking dude in the world.
Yeah.
I love that this movie does it also so sincerely that it's just like we're actually going to like throw a party for Maverick.
Yeah.
Surely it's just everyone turns up and goes about their day.
Yeah.
And maybe him and
we'll
Iceman
have a
kind of go, hey man, thanks. But there's paperwork to be done. Like there's,
we'll have a
there's a
drink.
debrief to
We'll
be had.
Yeah.
Like with
Exactly.
your commanding officer. It's
Exactly.
not. It's not. I don't know. Maybe
It's not just popping champagne corks
Yeah.
on the top deck
They
of
might
the
as well have
aircraft carrier.
booked a band and
Yeah,
put it on the top of the carrier. Like
Exactly.
I don't
Under
know.
Siege 3. Under Siege 3, Top Gun. That's the byline.
I like it.
No, that could work.
Back to
Steven Seagal, Tom Cruise.
Oh, the both of them together.
Fuck, they would not work
No,
together.
no. So should we talk about?
Oh, go on.
So because I had heard.
Sure.
Hang on. What were you saying?
I was saying I was rapping.
You were done.
Yeah. But we can't not mention. We have to mention the fact that this film is so homoerotic. It's hilarious. Is that what you want to talk about?
Yeah, I do want to talk about it.
Sure.
Because it has that reputation.
It does.
It's not.
It's not as full on as you thought?
No. No, quite the opposite.
Sure.
I used to think it was kind of like slightly undertones.
Oh, okay.
No, it's just there. It's just all there. Like you don't have to look hard for this at all.
No. It's in the lines. It's in the body language. It's in what
literally
they're wearing. It's everywhere.
spoken. Like
Yeah.
it's textual.
Yeah.
Like I love that the one thing. There's not one, but there's often discussions about dick size.
Yep.
There's often discussions about like getting really close to other men.
Getting a lot of there's getting hard.
Lots of discussions about hard-ons.
Getting hard.
There's one. What was I wrote it down
I
because
think it's my favorite line. My favorite line is it's not even the characters. I think it's like Wolfman in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Right? And
they must be close by that one.
No, the one that they're in the lecture, and he turns to him and he goes, "Geez, looking at that gets me hard." And Wolfman goes to him, "Don't tease me." I'm like, well, they are clearly a couple.
They must be a couple. No, there's the at one point in the final dogfight, they're like, "They must be here somewhere," and it's like, "Yeah, I know, because I'm getting hard."
Yeah.
I'm like, all right,
okay,
sure.
We're fucking hard.
But the Goose makes the gag about when he says, "Okay, so it's got to be carnal knowledge with a woman this time."
With a woman this time.
Now, the funny thing is, if you wanted to play that off as "haha Goose," you'd be like, your reaction would be to like nudge him or something and be like, "Shut up, man."
Yeah.
Tom Cruise's reaction in that is really strange. He's like, "Yeah, okay, I know."
Yeah, sure. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
And I'm like, "What?"
I'm like, okay, well, Maverick's clearly bisexual.
Or did he, did he like hook up with some like in the Philippines or something and happened to find a little gift when he went down?
Exactly.
And just kind of went along with it and just went, "Oh, well, I'm here. I went in Rome, I guess."
Exactly.
And they just all talk about it openly. Like, and it's so sweaty. All the men, they're always so...
Constantly in towels.
Constantly in towels.
And they're not big towels. They're mini towels.
Yeah.
Like, literally just you bend over and we're seeing everything.
Yeah, lots of long, like, passionate stares at each other.
Yeah.
Lots of...
bare-chested and sweaty.
lots of touching and hugging and really... And look... Mate, like, in some ways, it's like, hey, yeah, what's wrong with that? Maybe they're just dudes being dudes and we should celebrate that.
That's awesome.
But at the same time, it must have been deliberate.
Yeah.
It must have been.
Yeah.
Because I can't watch it and not... Like, it's not just
I'm
because
not,
I knew it existed.
Yeah.
If I didn't know it existed, it would have taken me about 5 seconds to be like, hang on a minute. What's going on here?
Hello.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah.
Probably
And
when
I'm
he
not-
says, so's my
picking-
Johnson. Remember when he said, the list, it was long and distinguished?
Long
Yeah,
and
so's my
distinguished,
Johnson.
I'm like, okay. Good morning to you.
Jesus.
And the volleyball scene, you realise there are no women in that scene.
Oh, no.
Like in the crowd, no women.
Yeah.
It's literally all men. I'm like, I didn't notice that. This is clearly a beat of some sort.
Oh, yeah.
Like this is
That's
just a beat. Okay, cool.
Play volleyball for a bit and then see what happens after.
Yeah, hey man, let's.
That's why they're also disappointed he leaves.
Exactly. They're like, oh, fucking, I wanted him. You wanted him? Fuck you. I had him first.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
The volleyball is a beat. That's so good. I just thought of that. That's so good.
Look, and I love it. I think it works.
It
I think it's
totally
one of those
works.
things. It's like, have you heard the things about like Freddy 2?
Hell yeah.
How Freddy 2's got
but
really
that's-
strong homosexual undertones through it.
No, but the writer, you know this, the writer is gay and wrote it as a gay film. He knew that.
He knew, but nobody
Yeah,
else
but no
knew.
one else knew.
And so he knew as he was writing it, but
Yeah.
like the director doesn't know
No,
that
which is
that it's all
so
there.
hilarious.
Because I think it's like a metaphor for coming out or something, isn't it? Is that the way you kind of wanted to phrase it?
Freddy literally comes out of his body. You know.
And so I feel like it kind
I
of
love Freddy's Revenge, man. It's one of my faves. Yeah, keep going.
I think it exists in this kind of interesting space where you can see it as a movie that is completely irrelevant and it doesn't play any part in it, but you can watch it as a movie that has that kind of running all the way
Those
through it.
undertones,
And
yeah.
what does it do to I think it makes the characters a million times more interesting.
100%.
Like, think about it. It really does.
Yeah.
Because suddenly it's like, well,
Iceman is like the queen bee.
yeah, and like there's this,
and I'm like, hey, what's
it's
up?
like they've got this sexual chemistry with each other, and it makes it so much more kind of
palpable. Like,
yeah.
oh my god, someone's
and who
gonna
knows,
fuck
like
in a minute,
the
and we're gonna watch.
like the stuff. Like with Goose and him, and it's like that maybe they had a really sweet kind of but
a
obviously
little bit
and
of
then
a Brokeback Mountain type
because
situation.
they
Goose
have
has
to
got a
that's
family,
it.
and
Suddenly
well,
we've got but I mean it would never fly in this movie because if you try to tell the people that love this movie that it maybe had underlying homosexual themes, they'd be like, nah.
Bullshit.
Not in Top Gun, man.
No,
no
man,
way.
no.
So it's kind of interesting. Actually watching it again, knowing what I know, knowing that it's been talked about, and then seeing just how plain as day it is, I think it's really interesting.
100%. I love it.
Yeah.
And I love that I've been to a number of gay bars in my lifetime.
Sure.
And there was one gay bar I went to, and it was literally just playing Top Gun in a loop all night.
That's
I'm like,
fantastic.
That's awesome.
Hey, what's the theme for the bar they're at the start? It's Animal Night or something.
Is
the
it?
sign says out the front.
Is it?
And nobody is dressed up at all. I was confused
I don't
by
remember
that.
at all. Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of little things in this movie that caught me by surprise. I'm like, what's that all about?
What was that? What's going on
there?
Okay.
Why does he have so many patches?
Yes, so many patches.
There's not a blank space on that jacket.
Do you know, did you read that IMDb thing? There's how they got a couple of pilots to watch them, or the pilots were watching the movie.
Yeah, right.
Or it's naval officers. Sorry.
Sure.
And they went up to Tony Scott and went, "You realise that no one would have all these patches? That's way too fucking much." And Tony Scott goes, "I don't care whether there are too many patches. I'm not trying to sell this movie to pilots. I'm trying to sell it to farmers who don't know what the fuck I'm talking about." Yeah, which is so good.
Nick, would you ever rock up to a girl's house that you were dating and ask to have a shower immediately after, for the first time getting to the house? You hadn't made out with each other yet. None of that.
No.
That's not a cool move.
But I wouldn't be rocking up late either.
Hey, smooth.
But I would only if I knew her. Like if we had some repartee, then I'm like, "Hey, do you mind if I just quickly?"
Yeah, but but
the fact
exactly,
that
it's like, hey, look, I've been playing beach volleyball. It got really sweaty. We all had our shirts
did
off,
it really?
and it was.
Did it
was a
really?
good
Are you
time.
done? Are you like?
Is it okay if I have a
Do you
shower?
mind if I just have a shower? Is that okay?
Not
just to get all the fucking juice.
Not
off
he's
me.
straight up like. Exactly, but not he's straight up like. How I'm just you look after the dinner. I'm gonna go have a shower, and I love that she's just like no, you can sit in your sweatiness, you gross human being.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Deal with it.
I love that. Question before we finish.
Yes.
Have you seen Days of Thunder?
No,
because this exact same premise, but it does it way better.
Way better.
Way better. I prefer...
Now, Days of Thunder is directed by...
I believe that it's Tony as well.
Oh, really?
I believe. I could be wrong, though. Wait. What was I going to say? I prefer Days of Thunder. When someone says, Top Gun, I'm like, no, I'll watch Days of Thunder, thanks. Like, what? I'm like, what are you kidding me?
I'm more interested in the concept of Days of Thunder just because, I don't know why, I feel like it lends itself to this kind of... There's more... I know it sounds funny, but there's for a movie that actually is about warfare and playing guns and stuff, there's actually very low stakes involved in this film. Like, for 3/4 of the film, the stakes are actually quite low. So, I don't know. I feel like Days of Thunder, that might not be the same effect. But it has... Do you know why? Because it has the arc. Sure.
Like, it's there.
Maybe I just need more of that. Maybe I need to actually see an arc.
It's such a bad... Yeah, Tony Scott.
It is Tony Scott.
1990. So 2 years...
I would have put $100 million on that being an 80s movie, Days of Thunder.
5 years... Oh, it is. When you watch it, it is still very much an 80s movie. Right. So yeah, 4 years later, let's do it again, Tom Cruise.
Okay.
And it's so much better.
I'm going to watch that.
I prefer Days of Thunder, man. Like, I still love my gay undertones or overtones, however you want it.
There are overtones in this thing.
Yeah. But yeah, this thing, like, it's... Because there is a villain. Do you know what I mean? Like, Iceman isn't on the side of the people that they're fighting.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
So in this one, it is a race.
Yeah.
So who's the best? And Carrie Ells is the villain.
Yes.
And Tom Cruise partners up with Robert Duvall. So it's such a better movie for me.
It's another one that it was like on TV so much as a kid that I know I've seen
you would have
almost all of it, but just have no memory of it anymore. Aside from Nicole Kidman's hairdo.
Yeah, massive, and a full Australian accent. Yeah, how's it going?
Awesome. Nikki Kidders with the Australian accent. I miss her Australian accent.
Yeah, man, I was in BMX Bandits.
I was about to say, yeah. Just watch BMX Bandits again.
Exactly.
All right. Is that going to wrap us up?
We're done. That was a good talk, actually. I've actually quite enjoyed that.
I'm glad. So
Top Gun.
Yeah, I'm
well
glad.
Done,
Look,
mate.
it's done. It's happened.
Top Gun.
So this was in one of those, like, Empire's list of 100 greatest movies or something like that. This doesn't belong anywhere near a best movie list.
Your life is better now that you've watched it.
No, it's not. I said to you before, I've watched this twice now in like the last week because we were going to do this last week and we had the week off. I watched about 3/4 of it and like it was a real struggle. I was distracted. I was kind of coming in and out.
You were sick.
And so I could never really get around to like, I also felt that if we did the episode last week, I wasn't doing it justice. It would have been a real, like, I would have barely paid attention. So I was like, no, watch it again. So I've seen this fucking thing twice in about a week. It doesn't belong on any of these kind of lists at all.
It does, though. I think how good is it?
But it's... I'll give it credit for starting that kind of run of films. I like Bruckheimer. I like it. I don't like what happened when it became Michael Bay, but I like the 90s Bruckheimer kind of vibe.
100% with you there.
I think there's some really great movies came out of that. Not always objectively great, but...
No, Con Air sucked.
Yeah, but it's amazingly watchable.
Is it, though?
Yeah.
Everyone says this to me.
It really is.
I hate Con Air.
There's some that I probably would hate as well. What's one that I hate?
I love The Rock.
The Rock is top-notch.
Sublime.
The Rock might be the best.
Sublime.
Between Rock and Face Off, I think, kind of...
Face Off. I have a friend who... I was talking to her, and she loves films. She films short films. I said, what did you watch the other day? She's like, I watched Face Off.
Great.
I cried. I was like, what? When? She's like, I cried. How dare you? I'm like, sure.
When John Travolta rubs his hand on that kid's face, like a weirdo.
See John Travolta now in the
Fanatic
debut of Fred Durst.
Hey, do we want to do what did you watch this week?
Can if you want. How long have we been going for? Can we do one? Should we do one?
Let's do one.
Okay, let's do one.
Let's do what did you watch this week?
All right. What? Oh,
you just went max headroom on me.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. What do you got?
Oh, Tyson, it has shot up. So 2019. You're looking at we're halfway through, Tys.
We are.
We've seen some
past
we've seen
halfway
some
point.
2019 films.
I've not seen anywhere near enough.
At the top is Endgame.
Sure.
It's definitely not Us.
Oh, you saw Us?
No. No. Keep going with me.
Yep.
So Endgame, right?
Yep.
Right underneath it, literally just sitting there, is Booksmart for me.
Ah.
My God. This thing has to be seen by absolutely everyone.
I've heard this is excellent.
Oh, this is boss film.
Okay.
Now, I don't like the tagline that everyone is putting on it, that it is a female Superbad.
Yep.
It is better than that.
Ah, cool.
That's not to take anything away from Superbad. Superbad is its own thing, but
Yeah.
this is its own thing. Yes, it is two girls in high school, I get where you got the thing, who go to a party and hilariousness ensues.
Yeah.
But this has got more heart and more...
Oh, that's a big call. Superbad's full of heart.
Oh, no. This is yeah. Oh, it was such a great film.
Yeah, great.
So much so that Sam turned to me after we watched it, the credits are rolling, and she said, "Let's watch it again."
Nice.
You don't get that.
You don't get that.
That's fucking rare.
Yeah, that is very rare, and that's always a lovely moment when you can say,
"Damn, that was a good movie."
Oh, that's awesome,
and
man.
I'm leaving it there. I'm not gonna. I've blown it up anyway, way too much.
Yeah, so
but definitely get on it. Watch it.
I will be doing that as soon as I possibly can. Booksmart.
Yeah, Booksmart.
I've heard nothing but wonderful things about it, so
good.
I'll be there. Directed by Elizabeth Banks, I believe.
Elizabeth Banks, yeah.
Oh, hang on. Olivia Wilde.
Sorry. Yeah, Olivia Wilde.
Yeah.
I love that we were quick.
We both had the same
very
moment, though, where we went,
Yeah.
yes, no.
No, Olivia Wilde.
We knew that we fucked that up, but yeah, cool.
Directorial debut of Olivia
Maybe?
Wilde. Wow, that's definitely not The Fanatic. Fuck me.
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Bless.
Oh, give it a watch, man. Do it.
Yeah,
soon.
I'll get on it for sure. Nick,
What did you watch, Tys?
I went to The Lion King.
Oh.
Yeah, I really liked it. And I'm
Really?
going to be honest.
Because I've heard some mixed
Yeah,
bags.
look,
Tys.
it's really interesting what's happening online in regards to this film.
Yep.
I can see where people are coming from.
Sure.
In terms that I think a lot of people are having trouble connecting on an emotional level to the character designs.
Okay.
They don't see the what is even the point of this movie, you know, because it is probably the most straightforward shot-for-shot remake
Right.
of
Okay.
any of these live-action adaptations yet.
Sure.
It's pretty close. Like, there are some that are just directly lifted,
Okay.
which that occasionally happened in Beauty and the Beast and things like that, but to a far lesser degree than in this.
Sure.
And you know, there's memes of people that have posted things where someone's kind of photoshopped a combined version where
cartoon,
it's almost
yeah.
the cartoon but almost
I've
live
seen
action.
them, yeah.
And look, that's fine if that's how, if you weren't able to make an emotional connection with the characters because of that, I understand, but I don't agree at all.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I didn't have that problem in the slightest. And so I ended up really, really enjoying it.
Yeah.
I think the movie does certain things better than the cartoon.
Okay.
Does certain other things not as well.
Okay.
But there are moments in it that just open up the... just kind of go to a little bit of a deeper level to the things that the cartoon just kind of touched upon. That make it a more complicated story for me, make it more complex, make the characters a little bit more fully rounded.
Nice.
And yeah, look, it's not going to please everybody. There's definitely moments that don't work as well as I wanted them to.
Uh-huh.
Like, for instance, there's my favorite scene from the cartoon is when Rafiki finds Simba again and convinces him to return home. I don't think that is accomplished anywhere near as well.
Yeah.
But there are other things that
Doesn't matter. It's in the past.
Yeah,
Sorry,
exactly.
Yeah.
But there are other bits that I think work really well, like exceptionally well. There is a scene where the way that Rafiki finds out that Simba is alive in this. I don't know if it's a spoiler to say it, but it's an extended sequence without any characters in it, where we just see nature doing its thing for a little bit, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it, because what this film really does do very well is it leans into what is essentially the ethos of the film, which is the circle of life.
Sure.
And I think this really, really allows that concept to breathe a little bit more because of the extended runtime.
Yeah.
And I think it's really it's better for it. I think that gives it that's where it kind of can say, yes, like the cartoon is wonderful. Don't get me wrong, the cartoon is fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
I still think overall the cartoon is obviously a step above. But
that you've got nostalgic on that side with you as well. So.
But there are things, the things that they allowed to be more expanded upon do give the live action. It's not really live action, but do give it a bit more things that you can chomp on and have a good conversation about, and make some of the decisions that the characters make a little bit more complicated and a little bit more. A little bit less straightforward than what they could do in a children's cartoon, basically. I really liked it, man.
Right.
Really liked it.
Can I ask just a little bit of a spoiler for me?
Yeah.
Because my favourite character is Timon.
Yep.
And you're not going to beat Nathan Lane for me. So how does
Timon and Pumbaa are excellent.
They're excellent.
Really, really excellent. Right. Their character, especially their character designs, like actually seeing Timon,
yeah.
I always say it differently.
That's right.
As a little meerkat, jumping around, bopping up and down, and he's there. There's comedic moments between the two of them that are just so. I was in hysterics for some of them.
Okay, cool. All right.
Really, really laughed out loud more than a few times in the cinema. Yeah,
all right.
And had real felt like a kid moments, like got those warm-hearted moments where I was just kind of laughing and being like, I am enjoying myself so much.
And I think this is why a lot of people have either loved it or hated it, because you're either bringing out your childhood and remembering, or you're looking at it in a negative tone and you're like, no, this is ruining. Yeah, I'd rather watch the cartoon.
I can't argue with that standpoint if that's how you feel about these things, the whole idea of. What is happening? It's like a bastardization of these animated features, and it feels like their intentions are not about storytelling; they're about financial gain.
Yeah,
I can't argue with that. If that's how you feel, I don't necessarily agree. But if that's how you feel, I can't argue against that, because that's a feeling, and you can't change that in a person.
Yeah,
I didn't feel that way. I didn't feel it watching this. Yeah. But I also I could watch hours of nature documentaries. Like I could just watch them. If anything to do with like a lion, I will just sit and watch them. So for me, I was kind of watching like the best nature documentary of all time.
Yeah. When I went to Thailand, the first time I went to Thailand, we hired out a villa, and on the TV was a channel called Panda Watch, which was literally they set up a camera in front of a panda's enclosure and just let it sit.
Nice.
And that's what we watched. That's
so
what we had on all the time. Oh my God, he's moving. Oh no, he's asleep.
Oh, what can't be argued is that visually it is spectacular. Beyond spectacular. There are moments of this that I am 100% fooled. I have never been 100% fooled, but I'm looking at these creatures and I'm like, that is a fucking lion I am staring at. I am not looking at a computer-generated image.
You didn't get that with Rise of the Planet of the Apes? Or no, any of the...
of course, sometimes, but they're isolated characters. This is an entirely created world, and I had to remind myself at times. It is something else to look at. Okay. Really, really just stunning. So, well worth it.
Give it a watch.
Give it a watch.
I think I'm going to do Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and Lion King all in the one hit.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Because the only other one I've watched is Jungle Book. The live action.
Yeah. I still haven't watched Aladdin. I've heard Aladdin's good too.
Oh, really?
From certain people. So maybe I'll enjoy it.
A lot of cross things. And I don't think it's a money grab. I think it's more opening up to another generation. I know that sounds like I work for Disney, but I literally think that's what it is, because you can't just re-release our Lion King.
It's harder to convince our younger generations
to go see Lion King.
To watch a cartoon from 1994.
Exactly, yeah. Even though I was thinking about it today, and I was like, if you released both in the cinema at the same time, I betcha the 90s Lion King would pull more cash.
You know why? Because it's about half as long too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
So they could run two of those bad boys for every one as a live action.
Hey!
Doesn't feel long though. I'll be honest. Yeah. It didn't feel long. I didn't feel the length of it like I did some of the other ones.
Okay.
Yeah, like Beauty and the Beast.
Jungle Book was long. Jungle Book was way too long.
But this is close to 2 hours.
Okay.
And I didn't feel it at all.
Nice.
Because all the story beats are the same.
Yeah.
They're just kind of stretched. And it actually meant that some of the things that feel a little rushed in the cartoon, pacing wise, did have their moments to breathe. I would have preferred it to be longer because there was actually some moments that I was like,
really?
Because it's live action, I thought you would let that breathe more. You would take that opportunity.
Yeah.
And they sometimes didn't. And I was like, well, come on. You've got.
Where are you?
You can have as much time as you like.
Come on, man.
Let it breathe.
Let's do it. All right.
Should we cross streams or should we leave it for this week?
I'll leave it for this week.
All right.
I think that was a good episode.
It was.
That was very good.
Well, thank you for the request as well, Ashley.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed our discussion of Top Gun. If you would like to request a film, I'm talking to you, Nick, by the way. If you would like to request a film, no. Listeners at home, if you would like to request a film, please email us, nickTysonVideotape@gmail.com.
Or write us to us on the Facebook,
Or on
Instagram,
Facebook.
or Twitter.
Yeah, I tend to kind of ignore those ones.
That's okay. I don't.
If you want an official readout request on the show, I demand an email.
You demand an email?
I'm just keeping everything neat and tidy.
Oh,
That's what it is.
Jesus Christ.
But where else can they find us, Nick?
Well, clearly all the places I just mentioned. And, YouTube. Yeah. And every other place that you find a podcast. Please share, rate, review, star, all of those things, because we would love it. But the first one we want is for you to subscribe.
Yes.
We would love that.
Click that subscribe button. You don't need to listen to the show. Just download the episode and then delete it.
I've got tons of podcasts I don't listen to. No, that's not true.
I actually have tons that
Do
just
you?
the episodes download, and I'm like, nah, I'm over that show.
Exactly.
And instead of not subscribing, because I'm like, but they work hard.
Exactly.
So I
like the show at one point. I'll still give it a
just
like.
let it download and then delete it.
Exactly. Do that. Do that.
Yeah. Do that for us. We would appreciate it.
And other than that, you can find us on Letterboxd. Tys is Tys_Letterboxd, and I am Nick
_videotape.
Sorry. Tys _
I own
videotape.
Letterboxd. I just bought it.
You just brought it out.
Yeah.
No. Letterboxd is the app. Get on it. It's amazing.
It is amazing.
To follow Tys and myself, Tys is Tys, TYS _videotape.
Yeah.
And I am Nick, NIC _videotape. Tyson.
Nicholas. Next episode, Nick.
Tyson.
So for episode 108, we've got a very exciting movie coming out soon.
Well, it's been a while. We've never touched on this director yet.
No, and it's amazing. 107 episodes, and I think we've been a little scared, to be honest.
No, I keep going, hey,
Maybe
Tyson, can we do this?
scared.
Tyson, can we do this? Tyson, can we do this? And you're like, no, let's save it. I was like, all right.
Yeah, because he may be.
And
we've talked about it.
I didn't think that this would be our first one.
No, me neither, because it's one that, I remember liking a lot, but I would never say is my favourite.
It's not my favourite, but geez, I like it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So we are talking about Quentin Tarantino.
We are.
Very shortly, we have Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think we called it Once Upon a Time in America once on the show as well.
That is also a film, but not this film.
But not this film.
Yeah.
That's coming out very shortly. So we thought we might...
Let's visit
hit up upon a
Tarantino.
Tarantino film for our, just to kind of celebrate the occasion.
And we're going to do...
We're starting with, is it 2012, did you say?
No, I didn't say anything.
You didn't say anything?
I think
That's a lie.
Is it?
No,
it's not. No, because... Yeah, there's no point in me looking.
I'll get it.
Oh, no, it is.
2012, we're talking about Django Unchained.
Django.
Very excited for that. Oh, I'm so excited to watch that Leonardo DiCaprio performance again. It is one of my favourite things in films.
No, man, it's all about Christoph Waltz. What are you talking about?
I like Christoph Waltz,
Shit.
but man, Leo smashes it in that film. Literally smashes it. So join us next week as we get excited for a brand new Tarantino film, which is always a bit of an event, by going back and talking Django.
Massively.
We'll see you then, Nick.
Bye, Tys.
Bye.